when you say you're ugly, and that is a very that's the first time I've heard this. Not many people like admit that publicly, like that they think that they're ugly. So like if you met someone and they told you that they thought you were beautiful, would you just think they were bullshitting you, or
yeah,
would you have?
I think it would be a different. I think we just gotta be using different words to describe things. I think it's, like if you're calling someone that's seemingly average or ugly beautiful, then it's like you're ruining the word beautiful for people who are actually beautiful. So like I don't like the whole movement of like, like average people becoming modeled and they're being called beautiful, where there are people are actually really beautiful that deserve that. Like you can, there's so many other words you can describe me. So like I never.
Yeah, so like you're talking about physical, like physical beauty, physical appearance.
Yeah, like I don't
not
like I think I'm not
the classic standards of beauty.
Like I don't think like ugly. I just think I'm unattractive. I think that's just a better word to do it. I think it's just we just use different words that you can describe me as brave.
But I would say you're attractive with how your sense of humor and your personality would make you attractive. Are you? I feel like even to go even further, it's like to say you got good fashion sense.
Are you flirting
with me right now? You got a handsome face. You do. I am flirting. You got a handsome face. But my point is just like, I get what you're saying. You're trying to be honest, according to society.
Realistic.
Like with data and the average, beauty standard, when you're in a comparison to that, that's what you're talking about.
Well, I think of it like I think of it in like situations of like, I think like Love is Blind, where like they don't even see each other and they're just talking behind a wall.
Yeah.
Like I would kill it on that show, but the moment they reveal who I am as a person to the other person, that person will probably lose interest immediately because they're not. And
do you think that is more so, because this is how I think about it, because even whenever I told my wife that at the time, my girlfriend, that I had RP, I thought in my mind, I was like, that's going to make me unappealing. I wouldn't falter if she left because, it's going to make her life more difficult later on down the road, blah, blah, blah. And from like a technical standpoint of just like, again, you're talking about life is hard, throw a disability in there, it's hard. Do you think people, like women, would be not interested in you based off your appearance? Or have you ever considered, and I know you have, that maybe they're afraid of the change in their lifestyle to accommodate your disability?
Well, first, I think I would say is I think your wife is with you because you won't be seeing other girls anymore just by default. So like that's a huge plus in her book. So, I don't know. Maybe that's the reason why. Maybe if you had like a different disability of like, I don't know, losing your ear, maybe a little different, but your eyesight, I don't know. But that's a conversation you can have at night. I see where you're going with it. I think it is a lie because I'm a very dependent person. I mean, I think there's like a lot of things. I think there's a lot of things that are going against me, which is really unfortunate. Like, so we can mention the disability part. That I think that's a huge. Like, I think like disability. Like, I don't like the disability community pushing it, but like I think having a disability is a red flag to someone. Like, why is it any different if someone had like kids, for example? Like they didn't. Like I think it's a red flag for people, and like that's totally understandable. Most people are not attracted to disabled people, and that's totally fine too. Like I'm not attracted to bad people. Does that make me a bad person? No, but that's just the way it is. I think another thing is like to answer your question though, I think there is a fear of handling with me. Like I got a new caregiver and she was just afraid to like touch me because like she doesn't know and anything, and I totally understand that. But I'm a very like open and communicative person and such, and like after a couple of days, then it's a lot easier. I do understand that like the fragility of me is a fear in a lot of people, but I think like another thing is my personality. I'm a very straightforward and raunchy personality, and I think a lot of people like it, but maybe they don't like it from the beginning. They kind of like it when you're like like when you're dating someone, you're kind of like slowly kind of moving. You slowly moving to like to the real you. Like you do like a sex joke, like a little one, and you see if they react or not. Like then you go on and on, but more 100% from the beginning. And
Yeah, you slowly introduce things, and then I'm that way. It's like if I meet someone, it's hard for me to just instantly.
yeah, no, I
be
mean I think
myself.
that's
But the more you get to know me, the more I open up. And
yeah, I mean I think it's like a normal setting of society, and I think it's great, but like I think it just takes too much time for me to be in a shell myself, so that's why I always do like I just go to 100% and be like, you're gonna like me from the beginning or you're not. And I think that what hurts me, that I don't develop that slowness, so them getting to like me or dislike me in any capacity. I think like another
yeah, because it's like a caregiver. To my point, it's like that's very foreign. Like to most people, that's foreign.
yeah, like after me
To me, it's foreign.
after me someone that like to caregiver, I think that will be a huge plus. But I also don't think it's fair to be reliant on someone in that capacity either. So like even I was dating someone, I would want a caregiver on the side because like we have to, caregiving burnout, which is a lot, and it's just a lot to handle a person and the stress on the person. So I do understand that. I think like another reason is just a small pool of people that I do get to meet. Like I don't have, like we're like let's say we all, like you might meet 100 people in a day and 5% of them like you. So like the chances of you having 5 people to like you is pretty high because you have 100 people. But I only might meet like 5 people, so the chances are even so low to have anyone like me. So the pool of people that I meet is really small too. And then I think the other big thing is just really my personality in terms of just how I operate and like want to move my life forward. Like I'm a very like business oriented person now with my YouTube and such, and like I have a career going. And I have to meet someone that is comfortable the way I am comfortable with my life. So like if I'm dating someone, I want them to appear in my videos and be open with stuff, and there a lot of things I do want to talk about. Like I'm gonna respect the other person's values, and like they don't want to talk about it on the camera, and I'll respect it, but it wouldn't work out in a relationship because I don't want to be cuffed based on someone else's comfort level. Like I'll respect it, but I will have to break up with the person because it wouldn't really make me happy to have to meet someone that's at my caliber of how to push content forward and how like my match with my personality. So like a big topic I want to talk about is sex because that's not very talked about much in the disability world, and I want to be that couple that talks about sex openly. I think sex is a positive thing, and I think it is a taboo topic. I mean, from a marketing perspective, if a taboo is always going to get tons of views, and if you include women in your thumbnail, people are just going to click it regardless of what it is. So like that would be great. But like I also know from a marketing perspective, interracial relationship is so rare, and especially with my personality, if I have someone that matches my personality, I talked to like 2 girls that we were really getting along with, and like I generally believe we would have like a powerhouse of a couple, like a huge following on it and everything, and we get speaking gigs and all that because we're able, and it's rare, and also it's what I bring different to the table, how like funny I am and just fun, just different fun of it. Just, and I also find it.
What I'm gathering from this, man, is you are not willing to bend, but I'm not saying that like in a negative way. I'm not like, you need to bend. I'm saying like, you just know who you are, what you're expecting of people and what you want. And as someone with FOP, you know, and just modern dating in general, like it's hard out there in general. It's just the numbers game in terms of people who you're compatible with is just very small. So therefore you don't think you're likely to meet a partner.